Suffering is something every single human being faces at various points throughout their lives. We suffer through heartbreak, through anxiety and depression, through illness, through loss, betrayal, or even just those quiet nagging struggles that drain us day by day. And when suffering hits, the same question always arises. Why? Why me? Why do we have to go through this? If life is meant to be joyful and full of love, why is there so much pain? Suffering's not random. It's not punishment. It's not life being cruel for the sake of it. Suffering is information. It's feedback. It's the body, the mind, the soul all saying, pay attention here. Something is out of alignment. Think about it. When you touch a hot stove, the pain isn't there to torment you. It's there to protect you, to make you pull away so that you don't do some real damage. Emotional suffering works the same way. When you feel constant anxiety in a job or a relationship, when you feel depressed because you're not living your truth, those feelings aren't proof that you're broken. They're signals that something needs to shift. And here's the challenge. Most of us don't see suffering as a signal. We see it as something to escape. We numb it with distraction, scrolling, eating, drinking, shopping. We fight it with control, trying to push through, to stay strong and to pretend it's there. It's not there. And we resist it. And resistance multiplies the pain. Suffering that is resisted becomes chronic. Suffering that is faced becomes transformative. So can suffering ever have meaning? Yes, it always has meaning. Grief shows us the depth of our capacity to love. Anxiety shows us when we're living in the future instead of the present. Illness can show up where the body has carried unprocessed stress or trauma, asking us to slow down. Betrayal shows us the places where we handed away our power and teaches us how to stay stronger in our truth. Suffering cracks the ego's illusion of control, and it forces us to see clearly what matters, what doesn't, and what needs to be released. And on the other side, there is always wisdom. If you look at the people who embody real wisdom, real compassion, they didn't get there through an easy life. They got there through walking through fire. Suffering was their alchemy. It stripped away false identities. It dissolved the lies that they told themselves. It forced them to discover a strength and a love they never knew was possible. And this doesn't mean suffering's good. It means suffering is a teacher. And like any teacher, its lessons are hard, but they're also sacred. I've suffered when I was just so unhappy with life and myself, but didn't know why, feeling sorry for myself, playing the victim of life indoors alone. And this led me to go on a quest to understand myself better, to understand why I felt like this, to see the inner child in me playing out this role of self-hatred, playing the victim of every situation, the ego getting its juice, because that's the payoff. The ego actually gets some form of pleasure wallowing in such negative emotion, wanting the attention of someone who might love me and save the victim. The only one who could do that was me. And as I came to understand the strategy of the ego, the games it plays, I could stop it in its tracks and focus on the higher self, the real me. So my suffering was my wake-up call to a much better life, living in harmony in the present moment. So the question isn't, can I avoid suffering? The question is, what will I do with it when it comes? And here are the steps you can take. Pause and witness. Instead of numbing or resisting, take one breath and simply notice. What am I actually feeling? Where is it in my body? Ask the signal. What are you here to teach me? What truth am I avoiding? You may not get an answer right away, but even asking opens the door. And let it shape you. Allow the suffering to be part of your evolution, not your prison. Journal it. Move through it. Share it with someone you trust. Every time you face it, you transform it into wisdom. Suffering is not the end of the story. It's the doorway. It's the fire that burns away what is false so that only truth remains. And while none of us can escape suffering, all of us can choose how we meet it. as victims or as students. And if we choose to meet it with presence, with courage and with openness, then suffering doesn't just break us. It remakes us.